Loved by women, loved even more by men.
We know that to be true. We have
Yeah.
evidence.
Yeah. I know
A
this
rose
to be
for a
true.
rose.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to Screen Time. I am your host, Josh Youngbar, and I have with me my co-hosts.
I'm Lucas Youngbar, your favorite
False. I'm Claudia. Obvious favorite.
woman.
And I'm Jared. I'm not the favorite.
He accepts that.
Yeah. I'm cool with it.
He's at peace.
Yes.
All
Always
right.
at peace.
All right. And speaking of peace, today's episode, we're going to start covering One Piece.
Oh, that was
Ooh,
good.
Good pull.
I
Yes.
was thinking, I'm like,
Good
wait,
transition,
what
good
piece?
transition.
What? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
peace.
So
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
It's not
yeah,
peace,
yeah.
it's peace.
Yeah, different
Right.
piece, but you know.
Yeah.
Not peace.
But this piece will bring you peace. Or actually, it really won't, because you gotta be a really high-ranking pirate. Everybody's happy.
Lucas is gonna
He's
go off.
already, his hair is already like unraveling.
So yeah, we wrapped up Ahsoka last week, and now we're going to go through Netflix live action series, One Piece.
Yes.
We're going to cover episode 1 today, but before we do that, we're going to talk a little bit about some other things we were watching. And we're going to start that off with our anime corner.
Woo!
Welcome back to the Anime Corner. Although today's episode technically consists of anime, I still gotta talk about actual anime because live action's not anime.
Man.
The Eminence of Shadow Season 2 is out, and I am so hyped. If any of you saw the first season, you would know it had a delayed start. You know, no one really watched it until the first season was pretty much all the way out, but it hit hard. And the season 2 is back, and the first episode was fantastic. And the second episode came out today. They were recording this, and I haven't watched it yet, but I am thrilled and excited to watch it after this.
What is this about? I haven't even heard of it.
So, okay. The Eminence in Shadow is, it's kind of satire, right?
Okay.
But it does it like at a top tier level. It's this guy who wants to be a vigilante. It's in the isekai genre, so he dies and comes back to life in a different world. Okay,
That's so funny. That's a whole genre.
it is.
'cause it happens so much.
It's so funny,
Yeah.
but this one, because they play to the satire of like isekai genres to
that's
make
cool.
it fun, and like that's the part that like makes this like really good. And he wants to be like the Eminence of Shadow, and then he dies trying to save he does save someone, but he also dies in the process. And then he comes back and he gets all these like crazy good powers, and he's just like messing around, talking to these different people, saying there's like these cultists and stuff, and it all turns out to be true. And all these people turn out to believe him, even though he thinks that they're just playing around with his act, because he started as a kid, and as a kid he also. Throughout his entire life, he wants to be background character B. So he's not.
Okay.
He doesn't want to be the main character unless he is being the Eminence of Shadow, and it is, and he's like, he's so strong, and he's got like this army that he doesn't know about at first, and like he slowly discovers that like the people that like left that he thought were like just leaving because they didn't want to play dress up anymore, were like just leaving, but they were leaving to like actually build him an army and everything, and it's so funny. And it's like a superhero feeling in a way. Like there's those really cool moments, but they don't feel super cheesy because he's like doing them to portray the character and not like he's like doing them literally. He's like doing them to portray the character. So like he'll like move a piano into like this like random ruins in like a basement or something and just start playing the piano and use his magic to have like feathers moving around just because it makes that scene and makes that person be like, who is this? Like,
Oh, that's cool.
and yeah, so it has those but they're not like super cheesy because he's
Yeah.
trying to do it. So
Okay.
yeah, it's good. And the second season just started coming out, and the first episode was really good.
Is this also Crunchyroll?
No, this one's a High Dive exclusive, which is the
High Dive.
only reason why I have High Dive. Yeah, Crunchyroll has a monopoly, except for on
There's
this
too many
anime.
though now. Too
Yeah,
many
but
different.
You got your ways.
Cut that. cut that.
Keep it
that.
down, my guy.
Keep it down. No, I didn't even heard of High Dive. That's another
Yeah.
streaming. Oh, okay.
Those are like the only two,
Okay.
unless you're like watching something on Netflix, Hulu,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Is that it for anime?
That's it.
Corner?
It's so good, and I don't want to take up too much time. If you want other recommendations, go back and watch some of our other podcasts, because I start the beginning of every single episode that I am in with the Anime Corner.
Also, I'm trying to get Lucas to watch Berserk, and one day
Hey.
he will,
I'm on it. All
because
right.
it's the best.
It's my plans to watch The Eminence in Shadow,
Okay.
season 2, episode 2 tonight, and then the first episode of Berserk,
Okay. All right. Sick.
because I
All
want to
right.
be able to talk about it next week, because I know it's gonna be good.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, we'll come to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well-
I don't want to do back to back.
No. Yeah. And also,
Yeah, anything you have been watching?
well, I was saying also we want to get Claudia's take on the series or season finale of Ahsoka. We can get do that as well.
There's not enough time
So
for me to give you my.
We'll start with that. Just give us a short rundown.
Okay.
Yeah, just real quick.
Okay.
Just quick thoughts.
There were really great, great moments about it, and there were some very disappointing moments about it. There wasn't enough Balin and Shen, first of all. Anything where Sabine's doing the Force, horrible. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. Now, I will say her first interaction with the Force,
Yes.
and I'm going to totally like copy what Lucas, when we spoke about this, is that the way it happened was good. Little too soon for my taste, but that Force push was ridiculous.
It was ghetto.
What are you doing?
That was the
What are you-
worst.
I was sitting on the couch watching this, and I'm looking at Jared, and I'm like, what the heck is this? Like, I was so upset about that. It was so dumb. Ugh. But I mean, seeing Anakin as a Force ghost was awesome. It was a good way to kind of end it. But I mean, there were like 3-4 episodes from this season that I like better than the finale, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Very good take.
Thank you.
Jared, you watching anything else in this last?
Like not much, since we're recording again early, and we've been recording our other podcasts now too, so we didn't have a lot of time. But I mentioned this last week, but this is really the only thing I want to mention again is the Continental, because I'm almost done it now. So it's only 3 episodes. They're all about an hour and a half, which is cool. So, which was cool. I was thinking about it since you guys kept mentioning the act structure. I'm like, is this just act 1, 2, and 3? And it kind of seems that way. I'm almost to the end of it. But yeah, it's really cool. It's gives a lot more context to the movies, which I like. And now I'm watching the movies again too, because I'm like, all right,
Why not?
it's dude,
because it's a
yeah.
prequel, right? I mean, the show's the
Yeah, it's
prequel.
in the 70s,
the
and like I
bomb.
mentioned last week, it's really stylish. Obviously not as much action in fight scenes, but when they do them, they are pretty up to par with John Wick, which is pretty crazy.
I gotta watch it.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So I watched a few things
Cool.
this in the last week. Finished up Only Murders in the Building season 3, and that's been solid, and it got renewed for season 4. So I mean, if you like it at all, in this season, if you know any, I don't know if any of you watched it otherwise, but Meryl Streep being in it with the mix with like Martin Short and Steve Martin, just another just classic
Nice.
actor. that
Isn't
just-
Paul Rudd in it too?
Paul Rudd's in it,
That's
but
awesome.
like it's
That's wild.
and it's awesome, but he's not in as much,
Okay.
and he's more like a secondary character. But
Nice.
Meryl Streep's like one of the other main leads, and yeah, so,
Wow.
Oh yeah,
and
Meryl
it's
Streep
just-
is Meryl
yeah,
Streep.
yeah, it's great.
So.
So
No, I like the show. I just haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten that far.
started Loki season 2,
Right.
first episode of that.
Gosh, we haven't.
Oh,
No.
it's so good, and just
Is it?
picks up right off where season 1 was, and it's
Oh man.
One of the few good
oh my
Marvel
gosh,
shows.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Genuinely.
it was
Yeah.
really good.
Mm-hmm.
it's just at least the first episode really good. Lego Masters
Okay.
season 4 started.
Dude, I want to watch it so bad.
I've watched, there's been 2 episodes. I watched both episodes.
Nice.
It's the second episode. They have cats. They have to build playthings for the cats. And they're
What?
like kittens. They're not like full grown cats. And they give one to each team. And they're
That's cool.
Dude, the stuff that people build on Lego Masters
yes.
blows
Yeah.
your
Yes.
mind.
Yeah.
Every single episode.
And and so yes, I love, but I also just love the attitude because everyone's like, no one is really, even though they're competing, like no one wants anyone to lose.
No, because you're all building with Legos.
Yeah. So the first episode, because the second episode was the cat. First episode, they had to build yachts. They had like a base, like a motorized base
Wow.
for a boat, and then they had to build something on it,
Wow.
and then they had to put it through a lake, the
Right.
Nice.
and so that was fun too because like some people's like tipped over, some like couldn't even stay up, and so
Yeah, because everyone goes so extreme
Yeah.
on that.
yeah, and then
And
they,
half the time they lose
and they
because
didn't
they
get-
go too far.
they don't get a chance to test it at a time until it's
Mhm.
time to actually do
Yep.
it. And so, yeah. And then another
sick.
thing that none of the contestants know, but whoever wins this season gets their set becomes a real set.
Dude,
Yes.
like the final
That
one?
is
Dude, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's so wild.
What more could you want than
I
that? It's
know.
like,
Dude,
you don't even
so
need
Lego
money.
Masters
Just,
Imagine
season 5, we on it?
yeah, right. How
Father son.
We keep saying this,
And then we haven't done it.
But
where's the where's the
I
audition?
feel like I need at least a good year of
Mm.
practice. Like I don't feel like I want to do it.
Right.
Oh,
until-
we need 1 month. 1 month of full blown Lego, like do nothing else. We could do it.
I mean, we'll see. When I feel like we've spent the time and like building our own stuff, then
Yeah,
I feel
we'll all be
comfortable
dead.
applying.
What?
What?
We'll all be dead.
Yeah, maybe.
When he's saying when I feel you are ready.
Oh, is that what it is? Is that what it is?
No, I don't feel ready.
You have to
Like,
complete your
I feel
training.
like, if it would have been like coming right off of like when I was like 18, 20, when I had been playing with them consistently for most of until like 16, I think I would have been like, oh yeah. And then,
That's how I feel.
but I feel like I just to build stuff from scratch like
Yeah.
that, like I just don't have that muscle memory right now. And I need to like do it a lot to get into
But
it.
muscle has memory.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
exercise it for a month and it's worth
Maybe.
the years and
Maybe.
years of experience that we both have.
Maybe.
I don't know, I'm just saying.
And then I watched a movie called Totally Killer on
Oh,
Amazon.
Okay, I know about this. Yeah.
It was actually good.
Was it good? Okay.
I mean, okay. It's cheesy.
Yeah, it
but-
looked
but-
cheesy.
but
Yeah.
It's like a cross between Back to the Future and Scream.
What?
Yeah. So, but like obviously not as good as either one of the movies.
Right.
Those movies by themselves, but yeah, like it's the lead. She goes back in time because she lives in a small town where there's these teenage girls were killed when her mom was in high school. And it's like what the town's known for now. And then she's a teenager. And then the killer comes back. And then then her friend basically makes this time machine. She ends up going back to try to stop the killer in the past. But then she runs it. She's basically in high school with her mom. So it's all the stuff that's like in Back to the Future, like
Oh yeah.
the stuff.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And then, yeah. So
And it's the main actress is the daughter from Mad Men, right? I
Yes.
can't remember
Yes.
her
Yes.
name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
Claudia?
I know who
Yeah.
you're talking about.
I know she's the main. I
She
don't know. Is
played
anyone else?
the new Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
that actress. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think her mom in the movie is played by the main mom from Modern Family, whatever that
Oh.
actress
Oh
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's about it that I recognize.
She's also
Nice.
in Lost.
Yeah, she is.
Remember?
Yeah.
She's in Lost.
She is Dr. Shepard's wife.
Yeah. We
Ex-wife.
yeah, we went kind of
It's like
recently through
so like
Lost
a-
again.
Side character, not like one of the-
Yeah, she wasn't
No,
like
yeah,
a
she wasn't
maid.
in it,
No,
Tom.
but she
Okay.
was in
Yeah.
his like flashback.
Yeah,
in his
flashback.
life,
You'd be
yeah.
surprised how many people show up in that show.
It's so true. Yeah, watching it,
Mm.
a lot of people show up in the show.
Yeah.
And then just last little tidbit, Not Dead Yet. Little
Oh.
little like comedy, like traditional like kind of comedy that's not bad. Like the first couple episodes are a little cheesy. The lead actress, like I've never seen her or anything, but I think she's kind of well known.
What is this? Was this on?
It's on Hulu.
Okay.
But the
Sounds familiar.
but like some of the two other main characters where she works, the one is the best friend from New Girl, that lady that's
Yes, sir.
yeah. Yeah. And then
Lucas knew immediately.
and then her best friend and then the lady that's from Superstore that plays the security lady at the Superstore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's in it too. And so they're like some of the main
Okay.
as well. But yeah, it's
I just realized who you meant. Who you meant from New Girl. I'm like,
You're just, wait, yes.
Yeah.
I still don't know. I didn't watch New Girl.
Oh, you didn't watch New Girl? Oh,
I did not.
Lucas will fact check you.
yeah. Well, yeah.
He
Anyway,
will put you in the know.
that was and that was a little longer than usual, but we have a new segment for you.
Yes, we do.
It's time for reality check.
This ain't reality TV!
Reality check, baby. Let's get into it, okay? Right now, I am watching Survivor and I'm watching Love is Blind, okay? Survivor, technically only 2 episodes have come out because the 3rd one comes out tonight. So I've only seen the 2. Oh, yeah. She's your type. She's your type too. Yeah, definitely. Anyway, back to reality check here. In Survivor, there are 3 teams that start off, okay? The red team is Reba, the blue team is Bello, and the yellow team is called Lulu, okay? And let me start off by saying Lulu is Delulu if they think they're winning any challenges because their team is so bad. I can't even explain to you how stacked Reba and Bello are, but just how understacked Lulu is. They have the weakest links physically in this team. There's a couple good ones, like if they were in a different
Aren't a lot of them just crying a lot
tribe.
too?
Okay, no, listen. So let's rewind.
But also mentally. Or-
Yes, well,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
definitely. They have not won a challenge yet.
Ooh.
They have gone to tribal council in both episodes. That's how bad it is. Okay. The first day, okay, when all the teams are on their little jet boats and they're riding in to meet Jeff Probst for the first time and do their first challenge, right? This guy comes on the boat already crying. Brandon is his name, okay?
Oh, that guy.
Sounds like a sweetheart.
Already crying. And really, he is.
That's the
There
problem.
are parts about him that are likable, and that's his literally only strength in
Not
this
built
game.
for Survivor.
He's crying. He's like, this is like the best day of my life, which, okay, I'm watching it. I'm like, okay, I'll give it to you. If I was on Survivor and
Especially
I met
if you
Jeff
got-
Probst for
yeah.
the first time, I'd be freaking out
Yeah.
too. So I was like, maybe he's just emotional. I would probably be too.
But we would win.
They do the challenge, right? Brandon's job in their challenge is to get in the boat, row it with his partner, bring it back, and climb the ladder back onto the big ship that they're on. Dude blacks out, cannot get up the ladder. So they lose the challenge. And he's
blacks
like,
out?
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, I can't get, guys, I can't get up.
Unlike the first thing.
I can't get up the ladder. And his teammates are like, dude, we're losing, and they had a little bit of a lead and then blew it because this guy could not get up the ladder, right? And they're like, get back to camp because they have lost. The team that won was Reba. They won their flint and they got to get their flint and their machete and go back to their camp. Blue team and yellow team go back with nothing, right? So yellow team gets back and he's like, I'm so sorry, guys. His teammates are like, everybody's getting to know each other. So they're like, oh, maybe he just had an anxiety attack or something, no big deal. Or, we'll make it through, right? When you get back to camp and Survivor, you're supposed to be making your fort, okay? Your protection, your cover. This guy gets back to camp and he's talking to this girl, Emily, which I'll get into Emily in a second. And he's like, I'm just in such a lay down mood. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? You're on Survivor, dude. There's no lay down mood anymore.
No.
You need to make your shelter if it rains. Anyway, so first episode, this girl, Emily, from the Lulu tribe, volunteers to go home at tribal council.
Wow.
She's like, you know what, Jeff? Everybody could just vote my name. I can't be here anymore. I just want to watch this from my
Is that
couch
the first
and
time
go
that's
home.
happened?
No.
in the
There are
history of
many
Survivor?
people that have been
Okay.
like, I don't want to do this. I want to go home.
Wow.
Okay.
Do they let them?
Yeah. Jeff is not happy about it though,
Right.
because you're quitting when thousands of people would kill to be
Yeah.
on
Yep,
Survivor.
yep.
And you're a tribal council and you're like, I just can't do this. You can't or you don't want to. So Emily, immediately I was like, I don't like her. So they all vote her. She goes home. She's happy to be going home. And all of us are just watching like, wow. So anyway. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. It wasn't Emily. Hannah. Her name was Hannah. Emily is a different girl on Lulu who is so analytical in everything. She does not know that you have to play this game. It's an emotion game, right? So she is immediately unlikable by everybody. And in the second episode, because they go back to Tribal Council because they lose the round again, Brandon gets voted out. Shocker. Okay. I was like, Brandon's going home. Emily's going home. With my first two, Emily's still on, but she's not liked by anybody in the tribe. Brandon was just because he's weak and they need to keep strong numbers in the challenges, right? So Survivor hotties right now.
Oh yeah, our girl.
Yeah.
I saw her. You like I was, because I don't really watch the show with you, but I saw a little bit and I was like, oh, who's that?
Yeah. Survivor hotties are Austin and Dee. Austin for the ladies, Dee for the men, right? Or whatever way you lean. Dee in the second episode reveals that she has this weird thing about her where her big toe is extremely long. This woman takes her sock off. Her big toe is sticking out like that. Her big toe is sticking out like this far from her other feet, and you just had to be there when she pulled it out. I was like, no way, this woman. My fan favorite right now is Sifu. Sifu is this. He does Tai Chi. He's this guy, and he seems really pure but strong and nice. And I expect him to go far in this game because he's very likable, and he could use that as a tool to get far.
Oh yeah.
Emily does kind of come to this realization that it is an emotional game and she needs to get out of her head and stop stepping on toes just for the sake of stepping on toes. So she could, if she sticks with that, she could go far in this game. In the second episode, Brandon is sent off to do a puzzle because each person from each tribe gets sent off and they're like, you need to pick one person from your tribe to go, and nobody knows why they're leaving, right? So everybody shows up on this island. Brandon from Lulu is on this one. They go and they're like, they get to this table and they have the choice to play this game, solve this puzzle in a certain amount of time. And if they don't, they lose their vote at Tribal Council. Brandon does it, loses the puzzle. He can't even do puzzles, okay? And then he gets sent home that night because he didn't have his vote and he was just the weakest link. And it's like, you want to like him so bad, but really there was literally nothing he was good at in this game.
He can't climb a ladder.
He can't climb a ladder.
Yeah, exactly.
He can't climb a ladder. He can't do anything physical. He can't build a fort. He can't make fire. He can't do puzzles.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope you lived your dream out, dude. I really do. All right, let's move on to Love is Blind. I'm just going to rip through this here. Okay. So you start off, for those of you that don't know what Love is Blind is, it's a social experiment where men and women come and they're put into pods without seeing each other and they date. And then you kind of keep track of the people you're dating and then you can write up your connections and decide if you want to marry this person. So without ever seeing them, the men propose to the women. And if they say yes, then they get to meet for the first time. Okay. Totally ludicrous, right? It's insane.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Have you seen it just reminded me, I've seen trailers for, there's one, it's all in Spanish, where they take the couples to the island and then the men leave and then the women are there with their mother-in-laws.
What?
No.
What is this show? What is this show?
I've gotta see it.
It's on Netflix, I think.
I've got to see
I
it. You
think.
said it's all in Spanish?
It's all in
Oh, I'm
Spanish.
watching this. Oh my goodness. Latina mother-in-laws? Please.
Yes,
I got to
please.
see
And
it.
then the other one, there's the one on, I think it's on Max. There's where it's, they like do something where it's more the single person where there's, a guy with a bunch of women, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that kind of style. And they slowly reveal them, but they're in these like pods and they're completely naked.
Oh, I've seen that. Yes.
So I saw a trailer for that too.
Do you see like their body before you see their
actually
face?
get to see their face.
Like
yeah.
genitals and all.
Yes.
Which is so wild.
Weird and crazy, but
Weird and crazy, and I can't believe it's a TV show.
yeah,
Right.
But why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
This is America.
Everything goes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm like 3 or 4 episodes into Love is Blind because it all comes out at the same time, so you can just watch it.
Not all of it.
Does it not?
Yeah. It's going to be over, I think, the end of this week.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So it
They,
came
like,
out on
put out, like,
September
a
22nd,
chunk,
I think.
yeah,
So
at a time.
I'm just trying to catch up here.
Mhm.
My initial thoughts from episode 1 was Stacy is insane. I can already tell. Johnny is cute. Her voice is weird. Lydia is Puerto Rican, and you did not have to tell me because
Oh, we knew immediately.
it's so Puerto Rican of her because every time she'd go into a pod, she'd be like, "Hello, I'm Lydia. I'm from Puerto Rico."
Yeah.
I mean, every single time. And that's so Puerto Rican of you, baby, to just immediately like your personality. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm Puerto Rican, she says. She got an accent. She's so cute. So I'm just going to skip to the couples that actually make it out of this experiment, right? So the couples right now are Izzy and Stacy get together, the crazy one. I don't see it lasting. Sorry. You guys are really cute on your honeymoon right now, but Stacy is going to show her true self here in a little bit. And then Izzy has problems he needs to work through, and it's not going to work. Lydia gets with, oh gosh. What's his name? I didn't
Can't
get
help
his
you.
I know. I didn't get his name. Anyway, she's with this guy who's like, he's 6'7", this guy.
Ooh, that's
so,
tall.
you know, you don't see
Yeah,
each
it's-
other
yeah.
until you get there. And she's this short Puerto Rican with this 6'7" guy.
Wow.
They're very cute right now, but there is an age gap between them where he is young and she is old. So she's not old. She's like 31 and he's like 24.
Man, that's so old.
I know. She's an elder.
31.
But it's weird when the woman is
Glad I'm still
older and the
29.
man is younger. But they're both like super nerds. They like
Right.
geologists or something like that. And then who else is there?
Said you hanging in there, getting a little glassy.
I know. Sorry.
There you go. Put him on.
And then there's JP and Taylor. And I had high hopes for them, but when they got on their honeymoon, Taylor, she quit. She was like, I'm
Did she?
She
straight
did.
up?
They were there for a few days.
Wow.
And her problem, this was her problem when they were on in
It
that
is
because they
not-
went
love
to.
is not blind.
It is not blind. It is not. They were doing so well in the pods. I had them as my number one couple making it out potentially, and then they got to Cancun, and JP's problem was that her problem with JP was that he didn't talk as much. So he's like introverted, right?
And you were like,
she's-
join the club.
I was like, baby, get used to it, okay? Because that's what your man's like. You just gotta go with the flow, right?
Whereas he had to talk when there was nothing else.
Yeah.
Like
Right,
There's no-
exactly.
no other type of communication.
She was like, well, you could just pretend there's
She
a wall
was-
between us if that makes you talk more. And I'm like, honey,
yeah, that's a healthy
Stop
thing
it.
to do.
yeah, right. So it got to a point where she was like, I can't do this. And she gives him back the engagement ring and she leaves and, the dramatic music plays. So right now it's just Lydia and her man and Izzy and Stacy, and they're back living in Houston in apartments together to see if they can really live together, right? And that's about as far as I've
Dude.
gotten.
When I've heard any of the music in the show, I can't. The music in the show and like the way they do it in certain sections too, I'm like, not great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's the-
It's not about the music.
No, I know.
That's all reality TV, though.
You're right.
Right. Yeah.
Can we stop for a second and say, Lucas, why does Lucas look like the Unabomber?
I was gonna say that.
for those of you not watching and just
Yeah.
listening,
Right.
Lucas has got a
Oh.
hoodie.
I don't understand that reference.
If it's just because you have
Sounds
the,
like something a Unabomber would say.
Got a hoodie up with
No
dark
es
sunglasses.
comprehendo.
All right. So are we
yeah.
get to the main event here?
Yeah.
Main
Yes.
event.
Yeah.
Main event.
Whatever. Reality check is the main event. It's gonna be.
Apparently.
All right. So we
Hey, I give enthusiasm to your anime corner, having not seen any anime at all. So I would like some reciprocated energy. Okay.
he got up early this morning.
Yeah. So did I. We went to the same workplace.
You got up when I went to sleep.
That is true.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And then we spent the entire same workday together.
Whose fault is that?
I don't know. I don't-
All right. So live action One Piece.
Yeah.
Season 1, episode 1. This episode's called Romance Dawn. It was directed by Mark Obst. I guess how you say his last name. He did some episodes of Daredevil, The Witcher, Hannibal.
Dude, nice.
Yeah. And then written by Matt Owens, who wrote some stuff for Luke Cage and The Defenders. And then Stephen Maida. He wrote some Lost, Daybreak, CSI, Miami.
Nice.
So, first episode, a boy named Monkey D. Luffy embarks on a journey to attain the greatest treasure, the One Piece. After the former pirate king's public execution 22 years ago, the world has entered a great pirate era, and Luffy aims to be at the top. So,
Awesome.
what do we think? Thoughts about this first episode? Just overall thoughts, no major spoilers, and then we'll kind of go through.
I guess we'll all go, and then Lucas has all the knowledge. I guess he'll go with last.
I can go last.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I guess I'm going first.
Yeah, because Claudia was just talking a bunch.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, this is one of the best live action animes at this point, I think.
Best I've seen.
Yeah. It's
It
really
is
good.
the best
Yeah.
live action anime.
And I mean, we're only in one episode, and I thought like pretty much the whole way through, like it's just fun. Actually, your point, I think when you talked about the show before was like perfect, where you said it's like the perfect amount of like Princess Bride type
Mhm.
humor and kind of camp, but like also serious. And they just do it all so well, because like even in this first episode, and I'm sure there's many more later on, but like the fight scenes are so good in this. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah.
So I have a note of the campiness, but it's the good campiness,
Yeah.
like The Princess Bride, but then also I put like with a hint of Ted Lasso in there, because in Princess Bride the lead's
Okay.
leads like sarcastic and cocky, where this he's
Oh, you're right. He's just
like,
very
He's just
positive.
very positive
Yeah.
and a little naive though, because whereas like the Ted Lasso like vibe, like where he's just
Yeah.
like overly positive and a little naive to what's going on. But yeah, I liked it. I think it's got a really good balance of those things, and which makes it a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I think I touched on this when we started watching it in a previous episode, but this is a really good, because I was going into it thinking this might be corny because they're doing a live action anime and it could be very corny, but they do it really well. A lot of likable characters in this show too. I think I said Luffy was my favorite before, and he still is. He's just so optimistic, and I love that about him. And Zoro is insane. Love Zoro. Yeah, it's I just love it, and I'm excited to keep watching it for sure.
Yeah.
I like, because knowing how many episodes of this anime, I'm like, how long is this? What are they gonna like cover in this actual live action?
I
You
think
mean
that-
just in the
show.
first season?
I mean, Lucas can probably speak to this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think they condense stuff, and so like it's not like pretend. I mean, I don't know. You could speak probably, but like they probably take like 10 episodes of one to make one episode
To
of
make
this. like,
one.
or something.
Okay.
Maybe it doesn't, but like
5.
5. Okay, there. Yeah,
Okay.
Mhm.
Got it.
Okay.
So they basically cut it in half, because about every episode is 20 minutes. So you're looking at about 40 episodes. And so then they basically, 40 episodes or so.
And there's only 8 in this, right?
There's only 8 in
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Gotcha. So
Yep.
yeah, so 4 to 5.
Yeah, but there's an intro and an outro in every single episode. So it's like,
Okay.
there's only 2 big things that I have that they changed with this. They're not big, but like there's only 2 things that I'm like kind of disappointed that they added with this, but I think that I understand their reasoning for changing it and I can respect it, and they didn't ruin it. But disappointing. But that's just over the course of the entire anime. I've already seen all of the live action One Piece, and I'm not even 100% sure where the first episode ends.
All right.
Well,
So
the ending.
the ending is when they leave. Okay. So let's get into spoilers.
Okay, yeah, we can go
So we're
into
going to
that.
go into spoilers, but
Yeah.
just to jump to that. Like the ending is where they all leave whatever that town is, and they leave on the boat, and the one kid stays to become a Marine.
Okay.
That's the end of episode 1.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and we see
Right.
Which interesting choice, by the way.
right,
After seeing these Marines and how they are, why
Yeah.
would you want to stick around? But whatever.
and then we see
He wants to be a Marine.
Yeah.
yeah,
And the Marines are kind of like, at least from Luffy's perspective,
Well, from
And
even
our-
from the viewer's perspective,
little
yes.
little dumb and chaotic and kind of maybe bad guys, I would say.
I will say no. No comment.
he has too
All right.
much knowledge.
Okay.
He
There's
can't-
too much.
All right.
It's almost impossible for me
Okay.
to comment on this.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
All right, so kind of up from the top,
Yeah.
like the opening scene is the execution, and which
Of
is
Gold
kind of-
Roger.
This was such a cool
Yeah.
opening.
yeah,
but it's also kind of a funny like trolling, I guess, almost to be like, well, I hid my treasure, and
Yeah.
like it's just a funny thing for you get executed. But
So I wanted to mention off the bat 2 people that I was surprised were in this. So the narrator is Ian McShane, which I didn't realize, which is awesome.
yeah, saw that.
And then Gold Roger is Michael Dorman. Do you know who he's from? Well, you would see him. You would have seen him in For All Mankind.
Okay,
He was. Gosh, I haven't seen For All Mankind in a while. It's been a minute since it's. I mean, well, it's coming back soon.
coming
But
back like real soon.
yeah, the main guy, his best friend, in like season 1 and 2.
That's also an astronaut.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay, I know you're talking.
that's who that actor is, and he's been in a lot of other stuff too. There's a
about.
show.
when
he
he
was-
runs out when he's taped all up. With,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
and he's in a show called Patriot that was really good
Yeah,
too.
I never watched that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great actor, but it's just 2
That was
people off
him.
the
I
top.
didn't
Yeah,
recognize
well,
that.
I mean, he's like all like
yeah.
dirty and messed up, but yeah, I just wanted to shout them 2 out. But
Cool. Yeah. Any other comments on that opening scene?
I know Claudia pointed something out with the intro. Sorry,
Go ahead.
Young Shanks is in the crowd.
Correct.
Yes.
Cool. All right, you got that right. Nice.
Okay.
I didn't even notice that. She pointed that out.
There's also a few other characters that come in the anime farther in the
Ooh.
future.
I was going to ask because there's this one guy that has these 6 sideburns and like yellow eyes. I was like, this guy has to be in the.
He's
the
in
show
this
later.
season.
Okay,
Nice.
awesome.
You'll get to see him in this season. There's a few others that avid One Piece fans, if you know of the story, might want to go back and watch that scene and see who they might be potentially bringing into the live action.
'Cause they
Awesome.
obviously had to cast him just for that scene.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
Cool.
Speaking of casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so then we jump ahead 22 years later, and Monkey D. Luffy
Mm.
searching for the treasure. He winds up in the pirate ship with Cruel Alvida.
Yes.
Aw,
Mm.
sickest ship in the game.
Yeah.
Pink pirate ship.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to mention before
And-
that, when you first see Luffy on the little boat with the bird or
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
dude,
Pelican.
the CG on that bird, because it looked real, but I don't think it was real, but
Definitely.
it
wasn't
looked very good.
Yeah.
I was surprised. Plus, I just like that bird was funny.
real. Mm-hmm. Little mailbirds.
Right. Yes.
Have you guys seen the phones yet?
Yes.
The landlines?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's an episode.
Oh yeah,
it's in the snail.
The snail,
The snail,
yeah.
yeah. That's was okay.
Is that
yeah.
episode 2? No, maybe
I don't
episode
know.
2.
No, it's at the end of this.
It's
it's
first
the
one.
end of the first episode.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
what's his name? Garp picks it up.
yeah, that's what it is.
It's right at the end, right?
Yeah.
Because they call the
Is that
other-
Garp that picks it up at the end?
Gotcha.
Garp, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. It was so long ago. I
I
saw the
know,
first
yeah.
episode. For the future episodes, I'm going to rewatch them. But like you said, early
Yeah.
and a lot going on this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we get introduced to Luffy basically in this interaction with this lady pirate
Alvida
Alvida.
Vita.
of the Iron Club.
So
I don't know about Vita. Oh no.
But he actually like kind of sneaks on because he's in like he's just in
Not
the,
intentionally though.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
He
Yeah.
technically gets rescued.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of how it rolls, right? Like he just has like the best luck.
Yeah.
It's part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
In a way.
Yeah.
The other character's the one I always forget his name.
Oh, the pink hair kid.
Kobe.
Kobe. There we go. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So then he meets Kobe.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Kobe, of course, is scared.
Which, by the way, throwing that out there for people who have seen the anime, Kobe was cast so freaking well. Besides the fact that he looks way older than he actually is in the anime. In the anime, he's like 9. Like he,
Oh,
or not
wow.
really,
Okay.
like 11 or 12. Like, but he is like Kirsten's age, right?
Okay, yeah.
Like he is young,
Yeah.
but their personalities are like he plays them so
He does
well,
well.
even though he
Nice.
looks older.
Cool.
I mean, I haven't watched the anime, but I mean, I thought all the performances were
Mhm.
great in this. So, like, I don't know. You can say for sure if they did all the casting really well or not, but especially, I mean, the actor that plays Luffy is.
Luffy.
So good.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
I
great.
love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great job.
So then they sneak up and then they get caught. And
Mhm.
so then we get introduced to Luffy's,
Gum fruit.
his special powers.
His abilities.
Oh, yeah, right. Flashback.
Because then she's like,
Oh, sorry. Before the flashback, when you see the powers
the
for
first time he uses them
Okay.
is, on the boat. And
Right.
it's basically protecting Kobe and like helping him out. But then they basically takes out the whole
Yeah.
ship, takes over the ship.
Classic Luffy move. You'll see. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to remember. There's a few more times where stuff like this happens in this season, but like throughout the entire anime, he just destroys stuff. It's like a Superman. Like when once he's fighting, like good luck to your homes nearby. Like
I like also, which I mean, is a very anime thing, like him calling out
yeah, the moves.
the move,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, which I have a note about that at the end when he mentions it. Is a really funny line that I'll mention later. But
Yeah. So, but that was fun little introduction, I thought. And yeah, it was a nice take on a different type of pirate.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I guess if that was an anime, then
Mhm.
it was like good timing with the Barbie movie.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Pink ship.
It was in the anime already.
No, I know. I
Oh
was just
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
like,
You're
with
saying
the-
good timing as
just
a release.
the
Yeah.
live action
Everybody
came
loves
out.
pink
when
right now.
everyone's into pink because
Yeah.
of the Barbie
The
movie.
next season we would see because they're in Logtown, and the next season we would see her after she gets her devil fruit.
oh man,
And
I can't wait.
because I'm so curious how they would do that. I know I talked
Right.
about this before. She gets she eats this fruit that makes her super attractive.
yeah. I like how are they gonna do that? Like I,
How do
No
you
idea.
How do you feel like being cast the person before she's attractive?
oh,
It's part of the
true,
story.
Yeah.
you
Yeah, I know,
You
but
just throw
like,
it-
I mean, I'm
You
sure.
know,
I'm sure they let her
you're
know
like-
going into it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
if
yeah.
they're
You're gonna be the
She got paid. She can wipe her tears with the money.
that, or they're just not gonna include that part of the devil fruit because really it makes you
Mm.
slippery and people fall in love with you really easily.
slippery.
Yeah, like stuff like bounces off of you really easily,
Oh.
and not like
Mm.
rubber, but like if a bullet hit here, it would just like
Kind of just
Okay.
slide
Yeah,
off
slide
the
off,
side.
yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Well, I still hope they do it in live action
Yeah.
just to see
too.
how they
because her
would do
outfit
it.
is sick.
Oh,
Cool.
Very excited.
Because it's basically the same outfit, but on like the most petite woman you could think of.
Okay.
With, like it's wild.
Yeah, so then once they escape there, they head to the Marine base because they're looking
Marine
for
Ford. Right? No.
this is Marine base. My notes.
Well, yeah, but
To find the map of the Grand Line,
Hmm.
where the One Piece is rumored to be located. Dun, dun, dun. So then I think we got the Zoro intro.
Yeah,
I was way off. Marineford is way later in this.
I wanted to mention this just because he's one of my favorite characters, and this is such a awesome like scene to introduce him.
Yeah, he's awesome. I mean, he is awesome in this, but he's just like he's missing one of his like best elements, which is like that he's like super stupid in his sense of direction.
Oh, really?
They like allude to it one time later on in the season, but like I'm talking like every single encounter where he doesn't get to make or where he has to make the decision on where they're going. Like he'll get lost every single time. If he like sometimes he'll even be walking with everybody and he'll just take a turn and then try and turn around and find him and he's gone. Like and they just get separated. They do that because him and Luffy in the East Blue are too powerful together before they get to the Grand Line.
Wow.
They're like just having both of them together, like, and so they had to have them separate and fight people separately. Otherwise, it was just like too.
Okay.
It's too good.
Yeah, his intro is cool, but I think it was like like later when he fights is.
Oh yeah, that is better.
Because you
Yeah.
get to really see him fight.
Yeah. But like I want to say also like that one, and then of course the fight scenes later, like pretty cool camera work too that they do for the fight sequence.
Choreography and camera work is
Mhm.
top notch. Yeah.
All the ships look so good.
Yeah, they do.
And then we meet Nami.
Nami.
Nami. That's what I said. Nami.
Plays these dudes like a fiddle.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
she
just
does.
so easy.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is, right?
It is.
Claudia said that out loud.
It's a little
She's
too
like,
easy.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's not how it is.
Oh, I'm a damsel in distress.
Mhm.
Please don't bother me.
Now, this actress, like, does she? I mean, because I haven't seen the show or the anime. Like, is this pretty close to how she is?
This specific scene is almost like exact
Nice.
to the anime.
Cool.
She plays them so hard.
But I mean, like her the character, like,
her
do they do a
character?
good
Yeah.
job?
They do a pretty good job with
Cool.
with her.
All right.
She's a little bit more annoying in the anime. Actually,
Okay.
a lot more
Okay.
until later on.
Um.
Until she has some character development.
Yeah, and then we go to Luffy and Kobe are in the bar.
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh
then-
yeah.
and
Seems
then,
sick.
Yeah, it is.
and then he notices Zoro like interacting with the kid like it was like
Mhm.
gonna, or no, he's trying to sell it to the captain's son. That's what it was, right? Like, or get him to try something.
Yep.
What it was.
She gave it to Zoro,
She gave it to Zoro.
and the
Jeez.
captain's son knocked
That's
it
what I was
over.
thinking.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, bumped into.
Bumped into her.
And then
right.
blames her.
Yeah.
And says, "You watch where you're going," and Zoro doesn't like that.
Yeah, he's
Because
like,
it's
"No,
Zoro."
man, that's not. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is
You probably shouldn't do that.
yeah.
Dude, the start of that fight, he blocks like at least 4 hits with just the outside. Like,
Mhm.
it's so sick, dude. He hadn't even pulled out any of his katanas yet.
He didn't at all in this
That's true.
fight
He didn't
scene.
in that one.
In this
yeah.
fight, no.
He
'Cause
bodies
doesn't wanna-
everybody without even using
Because
his
he doesn't
blade.
want to draw his blade because he'll get arrested, even though he gets arrested anyway.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, a epic fight scene.
Yeah.
Ensues, and then which is awesome, and that's like, to me, like when I was watching it, like I was like, oh, okay, these are good. Like,
Yeah.
because up to there was like little hints of things, and you're like, oh, okay, but even like but then that was like, okay, yeah, this is good fight scenes. Yeah, and then he gets arrested.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wanted to ask Lucas about these two characters, the captain and his son with the huge mouth. Like, what's the deal with them? Or
like,
can you not
like
say?
in accuracy, or like what do you asking specifically?
I mean, we don't really get much about him. I just kind of want to
in
know.
the first episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you don't get a ton about
No.
him. You don't get like a lot either in the anime. Like it's one of
Okay.
those. It's the very beginning. It's just Luffy and Zoro getting together basically, and
Okay.
Kobe getting to become a Marine. But like basically, Metalbeard is,
Metalbeard. Okay.
I believe that's his name.
I was wondering what's up with this.
No, it's not
It's
Metalbeard.
Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan. What's his? He has an alias though. It's not just Captain Morgan. It's
Well, he's got something written on his.
yeah. It has to do with it. It's like it's metal. I don't remember, but
Okay.
there is a Whitebeard, and that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Which is that's way later. That is Marineford. And like he's basically corrupt with power. Like, and so he's got control of this island, whatever. And then you got Daddy's boy, who thinks he can do anything he wants because his dad runs.
Do you know who my father
Right,
is?
exactly,
Dude.
exactly.
Classic line.
In correlation to the anime, spot on.
Nice.
That is exactly how they are in the anime. Yeah, and following, because you get to follow the son for a while. 'Cause he gets demoted a whole bunch of stuff, but
Yeah.
following him throughout the rest of the season is still very accurate.
Okay.
Sweet.
So yeah, he gets arrested. He's all tied up. Zoro is,
Mm-hmm.
and then Luffy stumbles upon him,
Yep.
frees him. I
Yep.
was like, dude, no, I'm just trying to find my way to the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, oh, I don't owe you anything. You know? Don't-
So before this though, a little bit, because we haven't talked about it, unless you want to talk about the end, like the actual flashback of young Luffy, because
Oh.
that kind of is in
Right.
there, like kind of in
true,
the middle.
true. Yeah.
But we can do that at the end.
Yeah. So, well, no, yeah. So, yeah, we get the flashback of,
Mhm.
and
Because that's when you see him eat the
yes,
fruit.
he's
Yep.
Stabs himself
Oh
right
yeah.
here to prove
First,
that
yeah.
Mhm.
he's pirate enough to be out there with
Yep.
them.
Yeah.
Misses his eye though. He was aiming for his eye. He said.
Dude, this flashback was so good.
Young Luffy is the cutest little kid too.
What are they gonna do in a couple of years when that kid doesn't look as young?
Yeah, I know.
There's not a ton of flashback,
Oh, okay. So
even
they,
throughout the entire anime.
Okay, so they don't have to do them maybe after season 1.
The only time is so Luffy, which is going to be some spoilers. Luffy has 2 brothers.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
You meet one not super far into the show, but you meet the other one like really far into the show, like near 700 episodes far. And so there is one more flashback all the way over there. But if they were going to do the flashback, they would just probably include once they bring
Okay.
up the first brother, they'll probably include all 3 just to be safe. But the reason why they don't, and this is serious spoilers for anyone who's watching the actual anime, is fast forward 1 minute. Luffy's third brother dies. Okay. And that's why it's such a huge surprise. Like, you find that out when you're watching, but like, that's why it's a huge surprise 700 episodes in when he shows up. And like, because Luffy's like, oh, he's like, you can't be my brother because he's dead, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, no, Luffy, I know because of blah, 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 blah. And he's like, what? You know, and he's like, there's no way you're alive kind of thing. So, but it's super hard to kill someone who has the will of D.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
Ooh.
I wanted to mention Shanks because he's awesome. Yeah. And he's dropping knowledge to Luffy in this. He says, "Scars don't make the man; it's the lessons behind the scars."
Yep.
Which is a great line. And then the other one
Yep.
is, "Not everything needs to be solved with violence. A man needs to be strong, but he also needs to be good."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
I liked his better a disappointed child now than a dead one later.
Oh yeah,
It's a good one.
Yep. Dude,
Yeah.
Shanks throughout the entire show is just such a good character.
cool.
Yeah, he's so good. Everyone loves him, and then he loses his arm for Luffy, obviously, and it's just
Mm.
right. That's the first episode.
Nope,
No,
Nope.
Episode 2.
Thank you for that though.
it's all right.
my bad.
We
my
were
bad,
almost
my
there
bad, my
anyway.
bad,
It's
my
okay.
bad, my
It's
bad.
okay. It's
Yeah.
okay.
All right, so
All that was in the first episode.
because I have a comment about that too.
But for the second
Yeah,
episode,
but I was like, I'll say that for
okay.
the second episode because there's a thing. Yeah. Yeah. So Luffy frees Zoro. Then he runs into Nami, and then they're kind of helping each other, and then they make their way to
And we get the safe.
the safe. Yeah.
Right.
And then just trying to crack the safe, and then the Marines are breaking in. So then Luffy decides to use his power to like kind of pull the safe out of the ground or the floor,
mm-hmm.
and then they go crashing into the courtyard or whatever you want to call that area, where Zoro was tied up, and he's still there. Or no, he was
No,
still.
Zoro
He was wandering.
He was wandering.
he goes into the captain's son's room
That's right.
because the captain's son is in
Oh.
front of the mirror looking at himself naked
Yeah.
with his
yes,
sword.
that's right. I forgot about that.
Which I'd like to add, they didn't need to use that big of a stuffed animal to cover his parts, knowing this character. They could have
Right.
used a matchbook.
Ooh.
Dang.
Anyway,
Yeah, that was a funny scene. I just forgot.
it
what
was a very funny scene. When he gets his hair cut like a loser.
Yeah. This is where like the big fight scene,
Yeah, the big
right?
fight
Where they all
scene.
come
Yeah,
together.
It's like
yeah.
a boss.
It's awesome.
It's like a boss
It is.
fight scene.
It
Such
is.
a good.
Yeah, they do
fight
the
scene.
Yeah.
the anime thing, right?
Yeah.
Where they what is that called?
I don't know. You're asking me?
No, I mean, but like the actual editing technique of it, like
Watch it.
where they're all like it's just their faces and they frame them
Yeah, like
in like little
little split screen thing, or I don't
yeah,
remember
but
what
it showed all of them like in different Anyway, I don't know,
Yeah.
but it was cool.
like I don't remember. No, like they split it 3 ways and had each one of them. In,
Yeah,
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 yeah, just split screen.
Versus.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
or like a video game.
oh yeah, basically, yeah.
But this fight scene was really cool too.
Mm-hmm.
They fight Captain Morgan
Mm-hmm.
and they defeat Captain Morgan. But some really cool action scenes. I don't, unless somebody has something specific to call it.
Well,
I do like how they
yeah.
had like when you fight them and they like slide backwards.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's sick.
Like
That's awesome.
The very anime
Yeah,
stuff.
I
When
like.
Zoro
What,
pulls out the katana and puts it in his mouth.
I
and
would say, yeah,
Luffy's
Luffy.
like, oh, so that's where it goes.
That's where the third one goes.
Yeah, that was great.
That was a good line.
And then at the end of that, this is the line I was talking about. It was really funny. Luffy says, "All great fighters call out their finishing moves," and Zoro's like, "No, they don't." Some good humor in this.
Yeah. The dialogue's great.
Yeah,
The dialogue's really good. Yeah,
so the only difference in like Zoro from this to that is like the lines are exactly the same, and honestly the meaning behind them is exactly the same. But in the anime, he would have been like, "No, they don't."
Oh.
Like he would have been more
Oh,
like he's
okay.
not like, "No, they don't."
he's way more
He's
like
very
stoic.
monotone
yeah,
in
he's
this.
very he's not. He's very eccentric with his
Okay.
motives.
That's cool.
But besides that, they're exactly the same character.
Gotcha.
Nice.
So then they.
This is making me want to watch the anime.
It's so good. And also, I just want to
know,
add
right?
every single line you have talked about or every single moment you have talked about is a word for word or scene for scene adaptation from the anime.
From the anime. Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
And the
like 1,000 episodes,
the
though.
English dub, fantastic.
All right.
Okay, that's good to know because it's not always.
Nope,
No.
it's not always.
So after the fight scene, they run off to escape the island, get on the
Mhm.
boat, and Kobe.
Yep.
Kobe's his name.
stays.
Yeah, Kobe stays. I should
Mhm.
remember his name. Make sure it said the name right.
Punches the sun straight in the face and then
Oh, yeah.
immediately whimpers with
Yeah.
pain.
Yep.
But yeah, Kobe stays because he wants to join the Marines.
Yep.
He's gonna have to get some smaller glasses if he wants to be in the Marines.
But yeah, overall, I think great introduction to all of the characters. And
Almost all.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
And
There's one more.
then and
Oh yeah, there is.
Or two more, sorry.
and
There is 2 more actually in the final. Yes.
some good action, good good setup. So
Mhm.
yeah, it was a good first pilot episode.
Yeah.
And we get introduced to these big wig pirates at the end too.
Yeah. That's
That will be coming
the
in.
tease. Yeah, the
because
tease with
the
the
broadcast
with-
goes out
with
about
the
how
phone,
the
that's
safe got stolen
the
and
snails.
that's who I
Or
thought
drip-
was Garp, right?
by a pirate in a straw hat.
Is that who?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And then we briefly see Buggy
Mhm.
also.
Mhm. Which fantastic
Yeah.
cast.
Yes.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he is.
He's very good.
Dude, when I say like all of them, they did great with casting in general. Buggy the Clown, it looks like they just like plopped him out of the anime.
That's crazy.
That's
I love
awesome.
Like straight out of it.
Yeah.
It's wild. I was so impressed.
Yeah. I'm excited to keep going because this is really all. I think we started the next one,
that.
but
We did. We haven't finished the
but
second.
barely. So
Yeah.
like yeah.
I finished it, and that's as far as I went. And then of
The
course,
second, okay.
yeah. But then because we're gonna do this, I was like, all right, I'll hold off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
So next time, yeah,
so,
what do
yeah,
we?
yeah. So we'll We're going to cover episode 2 next time.
Mhm.
Just 2?
Just so.
All right, cool.
So, any last thoughts on One Piece episode 1?
Not particularly.
Nope.
Yeah. All right. Good episode.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we'll thank you guys for listening and watching. If you'd like to support us, you can like and subscribe on YouTube or give us 5 stars on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. That would be amazing. If you want to send us some feedback, you can email us at feedback@screentimepod.com. And if you want to follow any of us on Instagram, I'm at jyoungbar.
I'm at Lucas Youngbar.
At Claudia Youngbar.
I'm at Jared Youngbar.
All right. And with that, we will talk to you guys next week.